It was a regular table topic session at our Toastmasters meeting. A senior member, a friend of mine, volunteered to speak, and the table topic that she got was gratitude. She probably intended to speak about her friend that she had lost recently to cancer. But the minute she opened her mouth to speak about her friend, she lost it. We could see that she broke down. Tears were streaming down her face and her voice choked. We wondered what was going to happen next. Everybody was still. She had to be led to her seat, consequently, sobbing into her handkerchief. We were cool about it. We took it into our stride. We took it in our stride. But she wasn't. She was very disturbed, and after the meeting she took me aside and she asked me, "Bharathi, how could I have lost my composure in that fashion?" I had no answer to that one then. But when I put my thoughts together to make this presentation on emotional intelligence and the Dais, it was my friend's face that popped up before my mind's eye, and the question that she asked hung in the air. Daniel Goleman, in his 1995 brilliant book, introduced us to the concept of emotional intelligence. In that, he stated, based on research, mind you, he wasn't talking through his hat. He told us how to get along in life by getting along with people. That phrase, emotional intelligence, has since been a part of the vocabulary of all behavioral scientists. It is interesting to see emotional intelligence helping our performance on the stage. We view public speaking through the prism of emotional intelligence to understand what we need as speakers to understand about the topic. So let me put my thoughts together on this. Are we emotionally intelligent speakers? I've looked at 3 aspects that would help us be better speakers if we understand the concept of emotional intelligence. The first concept is self-awareness. For a speaker, self-awareness is where it all starts. We need to recognize and understand our feelings. Even as we are speaking, we need to identify if we are nervous, if we are irritated, if we are restless, or if we are simply bored. I know it sounds difficult, but it's not that difficult really. All it needs is a little practice. The next aspect of emotional intelligence that we need to look out for as speakers, and I think this is the most important aspect, is self-regulation. You see, it's not enough to identify our feelings. We need to be able to regulate our thoughts and feelings through the cycle of adrenaline that rushes in as we are speaking on the Dais. We need to look after it in the upscale stage and as it comes down. You see, our time on the Dais causes some sort of stress, and we need to be able to cue in into our own feelings and regulate them if we have to continue with some degree of composure. And I think it is this time that my friend didn't have that day at the table topic session. She wasn't able to get a handle on her feelings, and as a consequence they overpowered her. And I think this is committing harakiri in public. I'm not saying don't show your feelings, just that they shouldn't be allowed to set the agenda of your presentation there. I move on to the third aspect of emotional intelligence that is of importance to us as speakers, and that is empathy. We need to be able to understand how the audience is feeling even as we are speaking. I think that's a very big tool in the hands of a public speaker. Are you cued into your audience? Are they with you? Or have you lost them? And what do you intend to do about the restlessness that you are sensing in the audience? You see, a Toastmasters audience would probably sit through your 20-minute presentation that you've picked up from an advanced manual. But the real world outside is not so charitable. The audience is at best a fickle mistress, and we would do well to cue in on the changes that are happening in the mindset of the audience even as we are speaking. So these then are some aspects that I thought we need to look after as we are speaking on the dais. They don't form a comprehensive list of emotional intelligence quotients indicators. They're just some things that we need to look out for, because ultimately emotional intelligence is all about going through the social stratosphere, forming meaningful relationships, and ultimately being able to manage ourselves by regulating our feelings and empathizing with others. And our emotional quotient lies in communicating to the audience and being one with them and setting up that atmosphere on the dais. I hope these things have been useful to you. Thank you for listening.